This is the 8th video in a series for a program managing data with Microsoft Excel. In this last video, we want to see how we can automate a routine task. For example, here, when I say this 152 is the average value of the duration for which calls, we can say, okay, these calls are made by Miss Mahek Panchal, but this particular mobile number belongs to a relative category and Airtel as a service provider. But this I'm referring because I know this relative information should be carried forward here in this blank cells, and this Airtel will be carried forward for this many blank cells. How computer will know? Remember in my earlier video, if you put a formula here, or if you try to bring a formula here for this values by using average functions, it needs some values here. So one way is to Airtel, I can type here everywhere Airtel and so on and so forth. Second can be I can press Ctrl C, select this range and press Ctrl V. Similarly, I can select Mumbai landline and put this, or even I can do a simple double click here. It's going to fill up. So this manually we can do it. Is there any way by which I can do it in automatic way? So let's try to build that, and for that we are going to make use of macro. So macro is like a tape recorder. If you record something and then if you play later on, it's going to repeat those steps exactly the way you did it. So remember the word exactly. That means while recording, if you made some mistakes, even those mistakes will be repeated. Anyway, go to the view tab. In the view tab, you see the macros here. Just study the options. View macros, record macro, and it says here use relative reference. Right now you can see this is completely white, but if I select this and go back, you can see it has slightly become grayish. So that means now relative reference is on. I'll explain to you what it mean by relative reference. So with this relative reference, start recording a macro. Remember, before recording a macro, you should actually practice the steps what you want to record. It's like recording your song. You'll practice almost 10 times, 15 times, and once you are thorough, then you will go ahead and record your song. Similarly, here you have to repeat the steps a couple of times and then record. I'm going to show you directly the steps because I already repeated them. So click on record macro. Give a name. Let me give a name as fill cell. Short keys is a short key which we are going to use while to run the macro. So let me put it Control W. Click OK. If the syntax, the name isn't correct, it's not going to take this name. So I'll say fill up cell. Okay, I think dash it's not going to accept, so I'll say just fill up cell. Yeah. Now remember the recording is on. How we can come to know? You can see it's now showing stop recording. That means the recording is on. But macro will not record the time lags. And I have placed my cursor in the cell number A3. What was my logic to fill up these cells? I was saying, okay, if it's in here, go up and find out the immediate cell where some information is there, and that particular information need to be carried forward for those blank cells. That means in this case, if my cursor was here in the A3 cell, above it's Airtel, so Airtel should be copied and pasted here. So how I'm going to do, I'm going to say, okay, here select the column A. Now here, since my relative reference was on, remember that, so it says in whichever column you are, select that column. So it's not going to record that select column A. It says wherever you have placed the cursor, select that column. That's what we made relative reference. Now press Ctrl F. It says find what? So I'm going to say find blank. And just press enter because this find next is already selected. You can see here the cursor has came to the same cell one again, A3. Close this dialog box. Just press your up arrow key in the keyboard once. So it's going to go to the Airtel. press Ctrl C, down arrow key once, press Ctrl V, escape. And now go and stop recording. So what we did, we said, okay, wherever you place a cursor, for example, if I place a cursor here, in that column, select that column, find the search from the top and find the first blank cell. That means if I control find a blank cell, it's going to come and stop here. Then go one step above, copy the text, come one step below from that point and paste it. That's what the macro is going to do. So if I press Ctrl W with here, even if I place my cursor here, it's going to go and fill up the cell number A4 with Airtel. You can see this. If I place cursor here, this way. So if I keep pressing Ctrl W again and again, what's going to do is going to keep on running that macro for me, and it will record, it will copy and paste Airtel. Now up till here it's okay. Now what should, if I press here, let's say I have not kept it in blank, I have kept it here, what it will do? Again, it's going to select the column A, find the first blank cell. That's going to be A26. Go one step above, that's the Mumbai landline. Copy that information. Come down and paste that information. Let's see whether it's going to do it that way or not. Yeah, it has done it. So that this way I can keep on pressing Ctrl W again and again, which is my shortkey for this macro, and I can easily fill up the information which I wanted. Now same macro will run in column B also, because it's relative reference. So whichever column you are, so if I press here, it's going to, it should copy colleague and paste it in the cell number B3. Let's see. Yeah, it is done. And then I can fill up. Now this way I can fill up all the blank cells here. One question, if I put my cursor here and press Ctrl W, that means run this macro, will that be a good step? Will that be correct step? Because in that case it's going to search a first blank cell, which is E4 here, copy 184 and paste here, which is not the case. It should actually put 0 here. Try building a macro for that. That's all, friends. Thank you very much for being part of this training program. This is the last part of this training program. In my next training program, which is the advanced data analysis, where we will use some of the optimization tools and statistical analysis package. Thank you very much.